We are live at the Orange County Courthouse in Orlando, Florida, and Casey Anthony is accused of murdering her toddler, Kaylee, and she stood before a judge in a courtroom identical to this one. Jose Baez, her lawyer, is still with us. Or almost identical? I mean,
practically the same. They're cookie-cutter courtrooms, so yes.
All right, now, in the event this case is tried in this courthouse, it would be much like this room, but this case has gotten so much publicity locally as well as nationally. Do you expect to ask that it be moved to another jurisdiction within the state?
Oh, absolutely. We've already completed our motion for change of venue. We're set to have a hearing shortly. Exactly when that, of course, would depend on the calendar of the judge.
And, of course, the reason is that because you're looking for a jury pool that can be fair to, well, we always say fair to both sides, but both sides really want one sort of skewed in his or her favor, whether it's the prosecution or defense, right? Fair enough?
Well, we want a fair and impartial jury, and that's all we can hope for. And due to the local coverage here, that's really been overwhelming. We feel that it's in the best interest of justice to have it moved somewhere where the local coverage just isn't as heavy as it is here.
Does your client watch all the local coverage? Can she see that in the jail?
Not a whole lot of it. She only gets 1 hour a week of television time, so it's very little, and I doubt she's going to spend that hour watching the news. Does
she have any clue? I mean, I realize that because she's semi-isolated, she's in protective custody, but does she have any idea the level of national attention on this case?
Yes, she does. I mean, you can recall she was also out for about a month and a half. So she got a good glimpse of it during that period. And I keep her abreast of everything that's going on the outside to a certain extent. A lot of the foolishness that goes on in the media, I spare her. And in fact, I try to spare myself of that sometimes. But a majority of it, I do keep her informed of what the latest developments are, what's being said that's relevant, and what's being said that's not necessarily so.
In the prison system, the lowest of low is a child killer. Now, she, of course, she's not been convicted of anything. She's accused of that. But I'm curious, is she being taunted by others within the jail? Because she's been accused of the crime that in the jail system, or the prison system, is the lowest of low.
Well, she's been convicted in the public eye.
But how about in the jail? Are people taunting her, other inmates, anything like that, giving her a hard time?
She's held in an area of protective custody where other inmates are also in protective custody. So, and she's pretty much in isolation. She doesn't get a whole lot of that. And fortunately, Orange County Sheriff's Office, the jail department, has been very professional in dealing with her, and we're grateful for that.
All right, so you've got motions filed. You're waiting to get information from the prosecution so the defense can conduct an autopsy yourself, and then Kaylee will be laid to rest. The family can do the funeral, the grandparents. Then you get to depose the witness list from the prosecution. They can depose your witness list, which is, I think, probably unique to Florida in a criminal case. When do you set a trial date?
Well, we have status conferences throughout the discovery process. And at those conferences, both sides have to keep the judge informed as to how we're moving along. And it's basically up to the discretion of the judge, absent a demand for a speedy trial being filed. But in the state of Florida, when you demand a speedy trial, as the defense could do, you are advising simultaneously to the court that you're done with discovery. So obviously, we can't do that until we're absolutely finished with discovery.
I've got 10 seconds left, so tell me, when is the hearing or the decision likely to be made on change of venue of this trial, where this trial is likely to be?
I would say within the next month.
All right. Thank you, Jose.
Thank you, Greta.